say your name out loud, just to prove I'd be okay. But it fell apart between my lips, and every breath began to shake. I've learned new ways to be alone, new streets, a different view. But every version of my life still somehow leads to you. I thought time would dull the feeling, turn the sharpest edges weak. But some wounds don't fade with distance, they just learn how not to bleed. Your name still breaks me, like it's never been said before. Every letter holds a memory I can't ignore. I tell myself I'm over you, but I'm lying when I speak, 'cause your name still breaks me every time it reaches me. I hear it in a crowded room, from a voice that isn't yours, and my heart forgets the present, runs back to what we were. I keep my hands busy with distractions, like they don't know what they've lost. But my body remembers loving you, even when my mind won't stop. I've burned out pictures, changed the seasons, tried to rewrite history. But no matter how I dress the pain, it still recognizes me. Your name still breaks me, like it's never been said before. Every letter holds a memory I can't ignore. I tell myself I'm over you, but I'm lying when I speak, 'cause your name still breaks me. You in my silence, like a prayer I can't neglect. Maybe one day it won't hurt this way, maybe I'll finally be free. But tonight your name still finds me and reminds me who I used to be. Your name still breaks me, even after all this time. I've healed in every way but one, and that's the part that's mine. I don't say it anymore, but it still lives in me. Your name still breaks me, like you never really left me. I'll whisper it into the dark, then pretend I'm strong. But some names stay heavy long after love is gone. Midnight finds me wide awake, counting cracks along the ceiling. The room still smells like yesterday, like you never stopped leaving. Your shadow's on the bedroom wall, even though you're not around. I turn my phone face down again, just to keep your name from sounding. The clock keeps breathing in my ear, every second feels untrue. I thought the night would comfort me, but it just reminds me of you. It's midnight without you, and everything feels loud. The silence says your name when I'm not thinking it out loud. I sleep on your side of the bed, like maybe you'll come through. Yeah, midnight's never been this lonely since I've been without you. Since I've been without you. The streetlight spills through broken blinds, paints your absence on my floor. I still reach across the mattress for a body that's not yours. Every sound outside the window feels like you coming home, but it's just another car passing, and I'm learning how to be alone. I talk to walls like they might answer. I breathe slow just to feel okay. The night doesn't judge my weakness, it just watches me break. It's midnight without you, and I don't know where to place my hands. I fold myself into the quiet, try to make myself understand. I keep the lights off, eyes open, like I'm afraid of the truth. Yeah, midnight's never been this heavy since I've been without you. Since I've been without you. If I fall asleep right now, I'm scared of what I'll dream, 'cause loving you is still the only place I feel like I belong to me. So I stay awake and listen to my heart, unlearn your sound. Midnight teaches me in whispers how to live without you now. It's midnight without you, and I'm finally breaking through. All the things I never said still ache like something new. I don't beg the dark for answers, I just let the tears come loose. Yeah, midnight's learning my name since I've been without you. Since I've been without you. The sky starts turning lighter, but I'm not ready for the day. Some nights don't end at sunrise, they just fade and stay. I loved you in pieces, the parts you couldn't see. The nights I stay quiet so you could sleep peacefully. I carried your fractures like they were mine to heal. Held myself together just so you wouldn't feel. I gave you my patience, every breath, every doubt. You took what you needed, and I learned how to go without. I loved you in pieces, in moments not hard. I built you small. I deserved more than fragments. I deserved it all. The walls still hold our conversations like they don't know you left. Your laughter lingers in the corners of everything I haven't packed yet. I sit where you used to stand and let the quiet say your name. Every sound feels borrowed now, nothing ever feels the same. I talk to nothing in particular, just to hear a voice reply. But all I get is empty space and the truth I try to hide. Empty room echoes, calling me back to you. Every step I take inside, it feels like something I once knew. Still sound like you. Your shirt still hangs behind the door like you'll be home tonight. I leave it there on purpose just to keep the lie alive. The floorboard near the window still remembers how you moved. I'm memorizing memories like that's all I have to lose. The silence hums in low vibration like a song I can't escape. Every breath I take in here still carries your weight. Empty room echoes, repeating what we were. Every broken promise still sounds so sure. I try to fill the space with noise, but it always rings untrue. Empty room echoes still sound like you. If walls could finally forget us, would I still feel this way? Or am I keeping all this pain so I don't have to say that loving you became a habit I don't know how to break? So I sit with all the echoes and let them have their say. Empty room echoes, they don't fade with time. They just get softer and learn how to hide. I'm learning how to breathe again in a life that feels brand new. But empty room echoes still sound like you. One day this room will belong to me, but tonight it's borrowed too. I still keep your voice messages, even though they hurt to play. Your laughter breaks the quiet in a way that words can't say. You sounded so sure back then, like love was here to stay. Now every call me when you can, set me free. But letting go of your voice feels harder than losing you completely. These fading voice messages are all I have left of us. Every I miss you dissolves in static and dust. I press repeat like maybe you'll come back eventually, but all I hear is distance and fading voice messages to me. I play them when the night is heavy, when I don't trust my own thoughts. Your tone still feels like comfort, even when the words do not. You say my name so softly, like it still belongs in your mouth. I close my eyes and almost believe you're still reaching out. Time keeps wearing down the audio. Your voice is losing clarity, but somehow it still sounds like home, even when it's breaking me. These fading voice messages still know me better than I do. They hold the version of us that never made it through. I wish I'd saved the silence instead of every apology. Now I'm haunted by the warmth of fading voice messages to me. One day they'll be gone forever, deleted by mistake or time, and I'll have to face the truth without your voice to guide me through the night. Maybe that's when healing starts, when the echoes finally leave. But tonight I need the comfort of knowing you still sound like you need me. These fading voice messages are slowly letting go. Each replay loses something I wasn't ready to lose. I know I press play with shaking hands, like love might answer me, but all that's left is memory in fading voice messages to me. Your voice dissolves into silence, but I'm not ready to follow it yet. I used to leave the light on, like you might change your mind. Every sound outside the window felt like a sign. I measured time in maybes, in almost and someday. But hope started hurting, so I learned how to walk away. I wore patience like a promise until it broke me down. I was standing in the doorway while my life kept moving around. This was the day I stopped waiting, stopped asking what went wrong. I let go of all the answers that kept me holding on. I didn't stop loving you, I just stopped chasing the truth. Yeah, this was the day I stopped waiting and finally chose me to. Your silence said enough when I finally listened close. Every unanswered message was a door that slowly closed. I stopped rewriting history to make you look less cruel, and saw myself in the mirror looking tired of the rules. I realize love shouldn't feel like standing still in pain. If you wanted to be here, you wouldn't let me fade. This was the day I stopped waiting, stopped begging for a sign. I took my heart out of the future and brought it back in time. I didn't stop loving you, I just stopped losing me. Yeah, this was the day I stopped waiting and finally learned to breathe. Maybe you never meant to hurt me, maybe you did your best, but intentions don't heal wounds, they just explain the mess. I forgive you in my own way, not for you but for my peace. Some goodbyes don't need closure, they just need release. This was the day I stopped waiting, the night I turned the page. I laid my heart down gently and walked out of the cage. I'll remember you softly without the weight you threw. Yeah, this was the day I stopped waiting and chose a life that's true. I turned the light off quietly and slept through the night. When you walked out the door that night, the room went cold, the lights went dim. I watched your outline disappear, but something stayed behind with me. Your footsteps faded down the hall, but I could still feel your weight. Like loving you rewrote the walls, and now I can't escape. I packed away the memories, tried to seal them in a drawer, but your absence learned my habits and waits for me on the floor. Your shadow stayed long after you were gone. It sleeps beside me in the dark and follows me till dawn. I cleared the space you used to fill. I learned to live alone, but your shadow stayed and made this house a home. I changed the sheets, I moved the bed, like distance could erase the past. I fill the silence up with noise, but nothing ever lasts. Your reflection in the window glass still knows my every move. I keep pretending I'm okay, but the night still looks like you. I stopped saying your name out loud, like that would make it fade, fall. I burned the letters, cut the ties, slept on the other side, but your shadow stayed, like you never said goodbye. If love was only physical, I'd be healed by now, but you left fingerprints on my soul, and they don't wash out. I don't miss who you are today, I miss who I became when I believed you're leaving wouldn't feel this way. Your shadow stayed when I finally let you go. It learned my fears, my quiet tears. It knows me more than most. I'm learning how to love again without calling your name, but even in the light of day, your shadow stayed. Maybe one day it'll fade to nothing, but tonight it knows my face. The tears don't fall all at once, they take their time, like they know me. I breathe in seconds between the pain, like I'm learning how to bleed slowly. Your goodbye is still suspended in the air I never cleared. Every moment stretches thinner when I replay how you disappeared. I smile just long enough for the world to look away, then I let the weight come crashing when I'm safe inside the pain. I'm crying in slow motion, every feeling amplified, watching all the love we had drift away in real time. I don't scream, I don't break down, I just quietly come undone. Yeah, I'm crying in slow motion since the moment you've been gone. I move through days like water, heavy, thick, and hard to breathe. Every step feels like I'm walking through the ghost of what we'd be. Your voice still echoes softly in the back of my mind. It tells me I'm still yours, even though you left me behind. I hold my breath in public, save my tears for after dark. Some heartbreaks don't shatter loudly, they just tear you apart. I'm crying in slow motion, every memory rewinds. I feel the ending coming, but I'm stuck a step behind. let it take its shape. Some tears fall instantly, some take days. I'm crying in slow motion, every breath a soft release, learning how to carry loss without letting it consume me. I don't need you to come back to prove what we were wasn't wrong. I'm just crying in slow motion as I slowly move along. The tears finally reach the ground, and I'm still standing now. We were standing at the edge of something, so close I could feel it breathe. Every moment felt like a promise that never quite chose me. Your hand brushed against my shoulder like it meant more than it did. I learned how to read between your lines and still fell for what wasn't said. I waited for you to lean in, for your heart to finally confess, but you stayed one step behind me and called it doing your best. We were almost everything, but not enough to stay. Almost chosen, almost loved, almost heard you say my name. I gave you all the patience I had left inside of me. We were almost everything, but never enough for you to keep. I memorized the way you smiled when you didn't want to lie. You talked about forever like it scared you to try. I shrank myself to fit your doubt, told my heart to calm down, but love doesn't survive on almost, it just slowly breaks you down. I told myself your silence was just fear in disguise, but I was the only one waiting while you watched the time pass by. We were almost everything, but not enough to fight. Almost worth the effort, almost worth the nights. I gave you my forgiveness before you even asked. We were almost everything, but almost never last. If I had asked for more, would you have run away? Or would the truth have finally forced you to stay? I guess I'll never know now what we could have been. I just know I loved you fully while you loved me in between. We were almost everything until I learned to leave. I stopped begging for your certainty and chose what I need. I don't regret the love I gave or how deeply I felt. We were almost everything, but I deserved more than almost. Some endings don't explode, they just quietly admit the truth. I felt it before you said a word, in the way your eyes wouldn't stay. You were already leaving me long before you walked away. Every touch felt borrowed, like it didn't really belong. I was holding on to pieces while you were already gone. I kept pretending I was fine, like denial could make it true. But my heart knew the ending before it came from you. I was broken before goodbye, before the door ever closed. I grieved us in the silence while you held on to hope. You didn't have to say it, I felt it every night. I was broken before goodbye, before you said I'm sorry. I noticed the distance growing in the pauses when you spoke. You stopped asking how I was, like you already let me go. I learned how to read your silence better than your lies. I saw the ending written in the way you wouldn't try. I blame myself for everything, just to keep you near. But love shouldn't feel like fear every time you disappear. I was broken before goodbye, before we fell apart. You were halfway out the door while I was giving you my heart. I begged the night for answers, but it only taught me why. I was broken before goodbye, and you never noticed. If love is something you fight for, why did I fight alone? I held on to the future while you were letting go. Maybe endings don't begin with words or last goodbyes. They start the moment one heart leaves and the other still tries. I was broken before goodbye, before you made it real. I cried myself to sleep over wounds I couldn't heal. I don't hate you for leaving, I hate that I stayed blind. I was broken before goodbye, and I'm still learning how to survive. Some goodbyes don't happen once, they happen every night. It's past midnight again, and I'm finally honest. No one's listening now, so I don't have to promise. The mirror hears everything I'm too afraid to say. I trace your name on the glass, then wipe it all away. I sound braver in the dark when the world's asleep. That's when all my secrets start talking back to me. These are late night confessions I never make out loud. All the truths I kept hidden when you were still around. I admit I loved you deeper than I ever let you see. These are late night confessions, just me and honesty. I replay every conversation, looking for the truth. All the times I said I'm fine when I was losing you. I lowered my expectations just to keep you near. But loving quietly still hurts when no one's there to hear. I don't need forgiveness, I just need release to stop carrying this weight that still remembers you and me. These are late night confessions, I'm living in more bread. Every word tastes like regret, but also feels like rest. I don't blame you anymore, I'm learning how to be free. These are late night confessions, letting go of me and you. If truth only comes at night, then let it stay a while. I've spent so long being strong, I forgot how to cry. I forgive myself slowly for loving the way I did. Some hearts break quietly before they ever mend. These are late night confessions, the kind that finally heal. I say your name without shaking, and it doesn't hurt, it's real. I don't need you to hear this, I just need to believe. These are late night confessions, and I'm learning how to breathe. The sky starts turning blue, and I survive the night. We talked about the future like it was already ours. Built 1,000 little dreams under fading city stars. You said my name like a promise, like you never let me go. But even then I felt the cracks, I was just afraid to know. I held on to every word like it meant more than it did. I believed in what we could be, while you questioned if we should exist. We were almost forever, almost written in the stars, almost growing old together, almost never falling apart. yesterday we were almost forever, but almost slipped away. I memorized your heartbeat like it would always be mine. I thought love was patient, I didn't know it could be blind. You pulled away so slowly, I barely felt the change until I was standing alone, still calling out your name. I stayed when it got heavy, you stayed until it hurt. We both knew the ending, but pretended it would work. We were almost forever, almost safe inside the dream, almost worth the fighting, almost everything to me. I waited for your certainty while you ran from the truth. We were almost forever, but I was loving for two. If almost is a memory, I'll carry it with grace. Not every love is meant to last, some just leave a trace. I don't regret believing, even when it broke my heart. Some endings teach you who you are. We were almost forever, and that still means something now. We loved as deeply as we could, with the fear we allowed. I'll remember you softly, without the pain that stays. We were almost forever, and that's okay. Some loves don't last a lifetime, but they last enough to change you. The house feels different now, like it's holding its breath. Every sound has somewhere to go, except what we left. Your mug still sits by the sink, like it's waiting its turn. I don't move it, I don't clean, I let the silence learn. There's no fighting, no goodbye, no echoes left to prove that something once lived loudly here before it quietly moved. This is the quiet after love, when the tears finally rest, when the heart stops arguing with what it already knows best. No one tells you how it feels when there's nothing left to say. This is the quiet after love, and it's louder every day. I don't check my phone as much, I don't wait for your name. The ache has changed its shape, but it still feels the same. I walk through all our memories like they belong to someone else. I don't blame you I just sit with myself. There's no anger left inside, just a soft, familiar ache, the kind that comes from letting go and learning how to stay. Oh, this is the quiet afterlife, when the noise is all burned out, when you finally hear yourself think without the doubt. I thought silence would be peaceful, but it cuts a different way. This is the quiet afterlife, and it's teaching me to stay. If love was a season, then this is the fall, not broken or frozen, just letting things fall. I don't wish you harm or hurt, I don't need your touch, I just miss who I was when I loved you so much. This is the quiet afterlife, not empty, just undone. I'm learning how to breathe again now that the race is run. I'll carry you without the pain, without the need to fight. This is the quiet afterlife, and I'll be alright. The house exhales slowly, and so do I. I wrote your name 100 times, then erased it every night. Every apology I practiced never felt exactly right. I keep them folded in my chest where no one else can see. All the words I never sent still talking back to me. I wanted to explain myself, but didn't know where to start. Some truths feel heavier when they come from the heart. These unsent apologies still weigh on my soul. Every I'm sorry lives in the cracks I can't control. I never hit send, never reached out, I just let the silence be. Now these unsent apologies are the loudest part of me. I blame the time and blame the fear, blame the way we grew apart. I thought staying quiet would protect your heart, but love doesn't fade politely, it just waits to be released. And all the things I never said still ask something of me. I replay every ending looking for a softer way, but the past doesn't answer, it just listens while I stay. These unsent apologies still call me in my sleep. don't hurt the way they used to. They've softened into memory instead of something cruel. I'm learning how to forgive myself for loving desperately. These unsent apologies are finally setting me free. I close the note, delete the draft, and let the night hold me. I held your name like a promise, long after it stopped being true. I replayed every memory, trying to find my way back to you. I thought letting go meant losing every part of who I was, but love doesn't end in ruin, it just changes what it was. I stayed too long in the silence, hoping you'd come around, but healing started the moment I finally put you down. And I'm letting you go without erasing what we were. I carry the love, not the pain, and let the rest return to earth. I don't need you to miss me, to know my heart was true. I learned to let you go and still keep the best of you. I stopped asking what went wrong, stopped blaming time and fate. I forgave the parts of us that couldn't find a way. I see your face in softer light, not the one that made me cry. Some goodbyes don't close the door, they just change the reason why. I don't wake up reaching for you, I don't fight the memories. They come and go like passing storms and leave me where I need to be. I learned to let you go without hating what we had. I stopped holding on to hope that only made me sad. I still wish you all the good I couldn't give to you. I learned to let you go and finally choose me too. Letting go didn't happen fast, it came in waves, it came in tears. Some nights I almost broke again, but I stayed right here. I learned that love can end without becoming regret, and sometimes peace is found in what you don't get. I learned to let you go, and I'm lighter than before. I don't feel empty in the quiet, I don't ache like I did before. I'll carry us as part of me, not something I outgrew. I learned to let you go, and that's how I move through. I turned the page without anger and walked into the light. slips through the curtains like it's afraid to wake me up. I count the cracks in the ceiling, trying not to feel too much. Every step feels like a question, every breath a borrowed thing. I'm not broken, just exhausted from pretending I'm okay. I smile when they ask me how I've been, but the truth stays in my chest. I learned how to keep it hidden, even from myself. I'm still breathing, barely still standing, but I swear I show up, but I'm empty trying to get through every day. I don't need saving, maybe just a reason to believe I'm still breathing, barely, but I'm breathing. I watch the world keep moving, like it didn't lose its sound. People talk about the future, like they know how it turns out. I hold my heart like glass now, careful not to let it fall. I'm not numb, I still feel it, just afraid to feel it all. I don't cry like I used to, I don't scream, I don't fight, I just sit with the weight of it every silent night. I'm still breathing, barely still here, but not the same. I wear strength like a costume, so no one sees the pain. I don't need answers, maybe just the courage to stay. I'm still breathing, barely, but I stayed. Some nights I feel like disappearing, not dying, just gone, like the world wouldn't notice if I didn't belong. But something small keeps pulling me back from the edge. I see a quiet voice inside me, says you're still meant to be. I'm still breathing, barely, but I made it through tonight. Even when the dark feels heavy, there's a crack that lets in light. I don't know where I'm going, but I know I won't leave. I'm still breathing, barely, and that's enough for me. I'm still here, still breathing. I folded your name into silence, tucked it away in my chest, told myself this was the end in the moment I finally let it rest. The house feels larger than yesterday, every clock refuses to move. I keep pretending I'm over you, like it's something I can choose. I've said goodbye 100 times, but it never feels brand new. Some endings echo softly until they're almost true. This is the last time I miss you, at least that's what I say. The last time I replay your voice just to get through the day. I'm tired of holding on to what we never could be. This is the last time I miss still knows my hallway like it never learned to leave. I catch myself reaching for you in moments I don't mean to need. I'm stronger than I was back then, but some nights still feel the same. I don't cry like I used to, I just whisper your name. I don't hate you for leaving, I hate how long I stayed, waiting for a miracle that never came. This is the last time I miss you, I promise myself again. The last time I imagine us in a different end. I'm done rewriting memories, trying to make them kind. This is the last time I miss you, I'm leaving you behind. If healing comes in pieces, then this is one of mine. Learning that missing you doesn't mean I've lost my mind. I can love what we were and still walk away. I can choose myself even when it hurts to stay. This is the last time I miss you, not because you're gone, but because I've learned to live with the quiet you left behind. I don't need closure anymore, I don't need you to see. This is the last time I miss you for me. I'll remember you softly, but I won't stay. The room is talking without a sound. Every wall knows your name. I left the lights on like you're still around, like nothing ever changed. Your jacket's gone, but the air remembers the weight of how you stayed. I breathe in deep, but something lingers that won't fade. I thought quiet meant peace, but it cuts right through. Silence feels like you, and the way it won't let go. Every empty second is louder than I know. I try to fill the space, but it only tells the truth. Silence feels like you, and I don't know what to do. My phone lights up, I hope it's you. Then hate myself for that. I rehearsed 100 things to say, now none of them come back. I learned how to sleep on half a bed, like it's something new. I keep the door unlocked at night, like I'm waiting for you. I used to need your voice, now I drown in the proof. Silence feels like you, in the way it breaks my skin. Every pause between my thoughts till it says your name. Silence feels like you, not warm, not cruel, just the ghost of something real that I still hold on to. I don't need you to come back, I just need this to happen soon. But silence feels like you, and I'm learning to live with you. The quiet knows me too. I packed your name into a sentence I never thought I'd say. I stood there long enough to feel it, then I finally walked away. The door didn't slam or shatter, no thunder in the rain, just a quiet kind of breaking that felt like change. I waited for it to hurt louder, but it didn't this time. I finally walked away, not angry, not afraid, just tired of holding pieces that were never meant to stay. I loved you the only way I knew, but love learned how to bend. I finally walked away and let it end. Your words don't echo like they used to, they don't chase me through the night. I stopped looking for you in strangers, stopped asking who was right. I kept choosing us over me until I couldn't stand. Now I choose the quiet in my own hand. I thought letting go meant losing, but I'm still here. I finally walked away with tears that didn't stay. They fell and then they faded, like I learned a better way. I don't need you to forgive me or tell me you understand. I finally walked away on my own terms. Maybe love isn't forever, maybe it's just enough to teach you how to leave when staying's too much. I don't hate the memories, I don't wish them gone, I just don't live inside them. I've moved on. I finally walked away, still gentle, still kind. I took what was left of me and left the rest behind. I won't rewrite the ending or pretend we were okay. I finally walked away, and that's how I stayed. The silence feels like We talked in half-finished sentences, left too much in between. Smiled like nothing was broken while falling quietly. I learned your pain by the way you'd pause before saying you were fine. You learned mine from the nights I stayed and crossed every line. We were so careful with our hearts that we never let them speak. We learned to hurt in silence, to bleed without a sound, to hold each other tightly while slowly breaking down. We never raised our voices, never asked for more. We learned to hurt in silence until love couldn't ignore. I memorized all your expressions, the ones you hid so well. You knew my sadness by the way I never asked for help. We called it being patient, called it being strong, but maybe we were just afraid to say something was wrong. We thought quiet meant surviving, but it taught us how to drown. We learned to hurt in silence, let tears fall out of sight, slept back to back with secrets every single night. We never made a scene, never slammed a door. We learned to hurt in silence till we couldn't love anymore. If I had spoken sooner, if you had let me in, would we still be standing, or was this always the end? Sometimes love doesn't shatter, it just slowly fades from all the things we didn't say. We learned to hurt in silence and call it being kind. But love needs honest voices, not hearts left behind. I don't blame you for leaving or me for staying too long. We learned to hurt in silence, and that's where we went wrong. Now the quiet